Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today my project is to organize my kids' board games and puzzles and whatever is in this cabinet. I mean, basically we keep anything that's in a box in here. Um, so, and if you've watched any of my other videos, this might look familiar because over on the right is where the art supplies are, and I did a video on that, and I'll link it somewhere. And I might actually do a series because what I'm doing is just working my way down all of these cabinets. So I'm starting on the right and working my way down. So I have two more cabinets over on the left that I need to work on. But in any case, this one's tough because I have to sit under my dining room table because this bookcase is in my dining room, as weird as that sounds. Anyway, this is a mess. We can't find anything in here. We don't even know what's in here because some of these games in the front are covering up games that are in the back. So this is a problem, and there are just too many choices and there's too much in here. So what I'm going to do is pull everything out and get rid of things. But what I did before today was have a pre-organizing day with my kids where I got a sense from them what they wanted to keep and what they were okay getting rid of. And it was very different from what I thought they would want to keep. They wanted to keep things like Candyland, and I would never have guessed that. So it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to involve them. And so now that I have a list, and now that they're not here, I'm going to go ahead and organize this because sometimes they change their minds. So I didn't want them to be here when I did the actual organizing. So I'm going to keep track of how long this takes because I usually do. And I'm hoping that I can get this done in about 2 hours, which is about as much time as I have before my kids get home from school. So that's the goal. I'm hoping 2 hours total, even if it's not in the same day. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I wanted to share what was in this cabinet. This is everything. I mean, there was a lot of stuff in there, and I don't even know how we managed to fit most of this stuff in here. I know for a fact that they don't play with a lot of these games, and we also have games in here that were like things that from when they were little, like when they were toddlers, puzzles that they haven't used like in years. So yeah, this is pretty overwhelming, and yeah. Okay, so I'm finally done, and this is how it turned out. And I have to admit, I'm pretty happy with it. A lot of stuff came out of this cabinet. As you could tell from the last video clip, there was a ton of stuff in here. It took the 2 hours that I estimated it would take, but it took longer than a day. So I kind of figured out how to break it up into 2 hours over 2 days. But I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and I didn't want to buy anything because the point of this project was to get rid of things. And so I had some plastic bins that I bought for a different project, which I ended up not using, and so I used them here, and they're the bins over on the right. And so some of the boxes were in bad shape, and I had to take things out and put them in the baskets. And I also had puzzles that didn't have boxes, and so they're now living here. But Yeah, and they're just sort of nested into each other, so if I need to pull something out, I can just take everything out. But this is definitely a lot more manageable than what we had going on before, which was just overwhelming. And so we got rid of about 11 items from this cabinet, which was about a quarter of the games and puzzles that were in here. And I still don't understand how we managed to fit everything into this cabinet, but somehow we did. And it just, I don't know. I don't know how we did that. But so this is great. Now we can actually see what's in here. We can, you know, actually read the names of the games, and these are going to go away. These are the games that my kids were okay with getting rid of. And yeah, so this turned out pretty well. And if you want to read about the process, I wrote a whole blog post about this, and I will link it somewhere in the description. But I kind of go through the process, like the step-by-step process that I went through. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much.